Hello and welcome to IABM TV, live from CABSAT in Dubai. Right now I'm being hosted on the Grass Valley booth and with my friend Tim Banks from Grass Valley.
Thanks, Darren.
Tim, tell us, what is the importance of the Middle East region for Grass Valley's overall business strategy?
Well, I think it's probably best described threefold. So it's a really key component and a significant proportion of our business in EMEA, so Europe, Middle East and Africa. And it's a growing percentage of that. Secondly, when we consider our global business, the Middle East particularly has been identified as one of the highest growth potential regions. So it really has the attention of Lewis and the whole ELT. That's why we've got such a strong presence and commitment here at CABSAT as a tremendous opportunity for the Grass Valley business to grow. And then thirdly, really what we've identified in terms of as we look across the media landscape in the Middle East is there's a real appetite to invest in new technology. So there's a next generation of early adopters that are looking to leapfrog and raise the profile of media and entertainment in the industry and globally.
Well, I mean, Grass Valley's been in the region for a long time and been here supporting businesses for a long time. Tell us, have you got any news to share with us that's happened recently?
Lots of exciting things happening. Yeah, you're right, Darren. We as Grass Valley have been in the industry for over 30 years now. So it's a real strong sense of the commitment and investment in the region to have the presence here in Dubai with pre-sales, post-sales, and obviously the commercial and support teams. In terms of recent announcements and developments, you've probably seen a couple of press releases from us over the last couple of days. So we've been delighted to announce the major win with the Saudi Pro League. So for global distribution of the soccer content from the Saudi Football League. So as you can imagine, the world's attention has been drawn by the investments that the Saudi investors have made. And so that content is now being taken by over 45 broadcasters globally. And so the Pro League themselves, so we're increasingly seeing this, that the sports federations are investing in the technology to distribute their content to a wider international audience, but also to a varying demographic group. And so this is where you're distributing to many different delivery platforms, including social media. So Peter, the CTO at Saudi Pro League, has been a keen advocate of AMP from the very early days. And so they're using the agile media processing platform to enable that global distribution of content, and then also the packaging of content for specific target audience groups, particularly through social media delivery platforms. The other major announcement was the signing yesterday here at the show of the agreement with ArabSat. So ArabSat have adopted the AMP platform to really launch a whole new suite of managed service provider flyout services to the region. And obviously they're a huge player and a huge provider of satellite and connectivity, and it's really a tremendous opportunity to then look to leverage those relationships and offer additional media services to those clients. Those are just the press releases we've done, but no, the last 12-18 months has been a tremendous success story for Hani and the team locally. So major wins in Egypt with the Presidential Palace, some nice new IP projects in Bahrain with Bahrain TV, IP Studio, IP Playout. Again, continuing the IP theme, but for live production in Abu Dhabi with the Sky News Arabia relocation. So Grass Valley cameras, switches. Obviously Saudi with the Pro League, but also SBA, so Saudi Broadcast Authority. We've really looked to continue and strengthen the partnership there with some major recent investments they've made, both to their studio facilities and also for OBs.
Tim, this must be a huge sign of endorsement for you and Lewis, and in the direction that you chose to go in a couple of years ago when I saw the announcement of AMP at NAB, when you first made that. I mean, the adoption of AMP by ArabSat and others that you've just mentioned must be I hope, genuinely hope, a huge endorsement for you and for the team here at Grass Valley that's made those decisions. But let's keep it a little bit real. Be honest with us and share some of the challenges that you've had with some of those new customer wins and how you've managed to overcome those.
Yeah, I think it's no different here in the Middle East than it is globally. The challenge for us as a vendor and also as a trusted partner is to really demonstrate the quality and performance of the solutions that we're offering. As always, embracing open standards so we're fully interoperable with other third-party solutions to enable our clients to continue to choose the best of breed for the applications that they've identified. That's more on the technology perspective, but also financially. It's really the financial proof points that we need to demonstrate now in terms of total cost of ownership, return on investment, and really the quite significant operational savings we're able to deliver by our clients adopting a platform approach to address their challenges. And then I guess kind of more specific for the Middle East region is, again, the commitment and the presence being here locally, particularly around training, but also, local service and support really are key. That's part of how we've been able to build the trust and the reputation and the recognition as leaders in this part of the world.
And focusing on the Middle East, what are the key developments that Grass Valley has planned in the next 12 months?
Well, so a good question, Darren. How we look to analyze our business is really multi-dimensional. So if you think of it by geo first, so by region, clearly there's a lot of attention in terms of the investments being made in Saudi, but we also see tremendous next wave of investments in countries like Qatar, some big opportunities here in the UAE, but also in North Africa, and really across the whole Middle East region, Turkey and other markets that are really looking to invest in the next phase and next generation of technology. In terms of products, well then, obviously continuing the leadership in live production. So the latest generation of camera technology with some really positive response to the announcements that we made at NAB. Obviously production switching goes without saying. So continuing the development and extending the leadership position we have with production switches. And then it's into the networking and infrastructure, gateways, multi-viewers. And that's before we really move into the significant advancements that we've seen in the world of AMP. So the Agile Media Processing Platform, and what we've seen is an evolution of our messaging internally and externally, that please see AMP as an inclusive term as opposed to an exclusive term. It's not AMP and the rest of the Grass Valley portfolio, it's AMP is the platform, it's the glue that brings the rest of the hardware portfolio together. So to enable, for instance, applications of remote camera shading or elastic capacity around production switching requirements, it's a complementary set of tools as opposed to a kind of a replacement program. It's really to provide our clients with an ever broader set of flexible, agile production asset management playout tools to help them navigate this rapidly evolving media landscape. I think that the key challenges or the key topics we see in the Middle East, but more broadly, is our clients are having to be ever more flexible, ever more agile in terms of elasticity, really deliver some quite significant operational efficiencies and savings, and then time to market. So time to be able to respond to new opportunities. And really that's a great description of the capabilities that AMP enables as a platform approach. And then in terms of the key themes, in terms of recent European broadcaster summits that we've been part of, it's really a common understanding that pretty much everyone is heading in the same direction. It's just that the media and entertainment companies are at different stages in that journey and they're traveling at different speeds. And that's no different here in the Middle East than it is elsewhere. But really there's a consensus forming around a requirement for hybrid cloud deployment models. Not everyone wants to go all in on public cloud. There's still a keen propensity towards having an on-prem, owning your own compute assets, but having that flexibility to be able to burst around specific event-based use cases. Still wanting to be able to choose best of breed. I mean, that's been at the core of the broadcast industry for as long as I can remember. So being able to choose the best solutions from a range of different vendors. But in order to be able to do so, you really need an open ecosystem that provides proven integration between those different solutions. And then the big demand is real-world case studies of the adoption of this new set of technology capabilities. And actually, if you think of those 4 assets, so hybrid cloud deployment models, open ecosystem, best of breed, and then the proven interoperability, and with real-world case studies to back that up, that's a great description of AMP. I mean, that's a better description than we could come up with. So, no, we're delighted that there's a really strong alignment in terms of the opportunity for Grass Valley to lead, certainly within the Middle East region, but also globally.
And I mean, you listed a plethora of developments and achievements there.
Yeah.
How have those developments aligned, and how do they align with the overall priorities that Grass Valley has globally?
Yeah, I think, again, Darren, we see a tremendous opportunity now for Grass Valley. So we've completed our own business transformation, over the last 3 years since Lewis and the Black Dragon Capital team took over ownership of the business. That was back in 2020. So it's been a while now. And in June of last year, we announced that we'd completed that kind of 3-phase business transformation. And that's enabled us to make some quite fundamental changes to our business, but ultimately it's about enabling and improving the financial performance of the business so that we can reinvest in R&D. So we recognize that we have this industry leadership position today, but in order to maintain that and look to extend it, now's the time to be investing more in R&D. And so you'll have seen over the last 24 months, we've hired around 400 new people, primarily into technical and R&D positions. We've currently got over 100 open positions globally, and again, it's about reinvesting, investing, and being close to our clients as we see we're in a really strong position now to be the best possible partner to assist our clients go through their own business transformation. And it's really looking to deliver on the challenges that we all face. How do we produce massively more high quality content to be competitive in the marketplace today? How do we deliver that supreme content to ever more different delivery platforms and delivery devices? Once you've created those assets, how do you store them and keep them securely? So security is a key aspect, but also how do you then maximize the monetization from them? And then really the final piece in the jigsaw, and what we've seen probably more so in the first 5 months of this year, is this drive towards operational efficiency. This is a huge imperative that we're seeing internationally. Around 2024 is the year where the media and entertainment companies need to be transforming their business, but demonstrating that they can drive some pretty dramatic operational efficiencies and cost savings. And we feel by providing a collaborative approach with our clients and other key technology partners, we can help our clients achieve those goals. And so here we are, having completed our own transformation. We see a tremendous opportunity, but also a responsibility to be that industry leader, to be that trusted advisor, that voice of authority here in the Middle East, but also globally.
Tim, as always, it's a pleasure to chat to you. As always, it's a pleasure to hear about Grass Valley's journey and how you're winning over clients and customers with the investments and the achievements that you've made. As always, a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for your time.
Likewise, Darren. Thank you.